what is fascism then, really? At the core of it, what is it? Well, one way to find out what fascism is to just get to who the fascists really were. And there were fascists, by the way, in about 6 different countries. There were fascists, of course, in Germany, the National Socialists. That's one species of fascism. It's a distinctive species, by the way. The anti-Semitism was unique in that sense to Germany. There was fascism in Italy, fascism in Belgium, fascism in England, fascism in France. Now here's the key point. All the founders of fascism, without exception, were men of not just the left, but the far left. In fact, most of the fascists broke with the Labour parties, the Democratic parties, the liberal parties in their countries because they considered them too right-wing. So fascism started, and you just have to look at its leaders. In England, for example, Oswald Mosley was a leftist champion of the Labour Party. He quit the Labour Party, became a fascist. The Labour Party is becoming too centrist. So he wanted to move it further to the left, Mussolini had a long career in Marxism. He was the editor of an international Marxist journal. He was recognized as a leading Marxist theoretician. This is who he was. This is how he saw himself, and this is how his critics saw him. So how did Mussolini become a fascist? How does a leftist and a Marxist become a fascist? Do they become the opposite? No, not at all. Mussolini only became a fascist because he added one new element to socialism. And what was that element? National Socialism. So when Mussolini fought in World War I, he made an interesting observation. He goes, we got socialists all over Europe, but he goes, the socialists in France are willing to die for France. The socialists in Britain are willing to die for Britain. So Mussolini goes, class consciousness is really important, but national identity or patriotism is important too. What if I marry the two? What if I take nationality, being an Italian, and what if I take socialism and marry them? I get National Socialism. By the way, National Socialism is also another definition of Nazism. And again, the Nazis ran for office. They became the largest party in Germany when Hitler was named the chancellor. And they have online for you to check out the Nazi Party 20-point platform. Now, interestingly, I've done a survey of a whole bunch of high school and college textbooks. This 20-point platform is never cited. And the ingredients or contents of it are never mentioned. Why? Because when you look at them, state control of industry, state control of the banks, state control of education, state control of media, state control of religion and the churches. So you're like, wait a minute. Does this sound more like Trump or Bernie Sanders?